The Howl of the Forgotten. Ah, gather close, my kin. Let me weave for you a tale of courage, mystery, and a shadow that stretches far beyond the horizon of our understanding. This is the story of Kaelan, a warrior of the Silver-Claw Pack, and the night he ventured into the cursed lands of the Black Ridge. The pale light of a crescent moon bathed the red sands in a silvery glow, as if the heavens themselves sought to warn the earth of what lay ahead. Silent winds whispered through jagged rocks and shifting dunes, carrying with them faint echoes, a sound that no ear could decipher, but every soul could feel. Beneath that eerie moonlight, a lone figure moved swiftly, his shadow blending with the undulating desert. Kaelan, a proud wolf warrior, bore the markings of his lineage, red ochre streaked across his brown fur and a cloak of woven hide rippling in the breeze. He was tracking something, though he could not say what, only that it moved without sound, leaving faint imprints in the sand as though it wished to be followed. The elders had warned him. Oh yes, the whispers spoke of the curse of the Elder Scar ruins, of the horrors buried there. But Kaelan's oath to protect his kin outweighed his fear. 3 nights prior, it began, a howl unlike any he had ever heard split the stillness of the red sands. It froze even the bravest warriors in their tracks. They said it came from the Black Ridge, a place the pack had long abandoned to the void of memory. Yet Kaelan, ever steadfast, volunteered to uncover the source. Honor demanded it, and so alone he ventured forth. The trail led him to the edge of the Black Ridge, where crumbling stones jutted from the earth like broken teeth. Kaelan crouched low, his sharp eyes scanning the unnatural stillness. Here, even the desert air seemed to change, shifting from the dry warmth of sand to an acrid, bitter chill that clung to the fur. It was then that he felt it, a faint, steady pulse emanating from the jagged rocks ahead. "Why does this feel alive?" he muttered, his voice swallowed by an oppressive silence. Kaelan stepped cautiously into the ruins. With each step, the glow of the moon seemed to dim, as though the stones themselves drank the light. Strange symbols adorned the ground, etched deep into the stone, faintly glowing with an eerie green hue. These were no markings of the tribes. Alien, unnerving, he traced one with a clawed finger, and it felt wrong. Then a growl, low, guttural. Kaelan spun, his spear ready. Emerging from the shadows was a creature that defied comprehension. Its twisted form mocked the wolves it resembled, its limbs too long, its eyes glowing with a sickly green light. Chitinous plates jutted from its coarse fur, and its maw dripped with a dark, viscous ichor. Kaelan's heart raced, but he did not falter. With a low growl of his own, he lunged forward, his spear striking true. The obsidian tip sank deep into the beast's flank, but instead of blood, a foul vapor hissed from the wound. The creature reared back, unnaturally fast, its claws carving furrows into the ground where Kaelan had stood a moment before. "What are you?" Kaelan growled, his voice steady despite the terror clawing at his mind. The beast answered only with a shriek, a sound like 1,000 voices screaming in unison. The battle was fierce. Kaelan's spear found purchase again and again, but the creature's resilience defied understanding. Just as his strength began to wane, the beast lunged, knocking him to the ground. Its glowing eyes bore into his, and for a moment Kaelan was lost. He saw memories, not his own, but something ancient and fragmented. Towering beings cloaked in light, their hands crafting creatures like this one from raw, pulsing flesh. The elder weavers, he saw their arrogance, their tampering with forces beyond their grasp. Then the vision shifted to a cataclysmic event. The creations of the weavers turning against them, and the land itself twisting under the weight of their folly. Kaelan's senses returned as the beast prepared its final strike. Summoning every ounce of strength, he shoved the creature off and drove his spear into its head. The beast howled, a sound that seemed to tear the very air, before collapsing into a cloud of ash and vapor. Silence returned. Kaelan staggered to his feet, his breathing ragged. The ruins were still once more, yet the weight of what he had seen pressed upon his soul. How could he speak of this? Who would believe him? And yet he knew the truth could not be ignored. The howl of the forgotten was not merely a warning. It was a promise that the past, long buried, would soon claw its way back to the surface. As the first light of dawn crept over the horizon, Kaelan turned toward the red sands, his resolve hardened. He would carry the burden of this truth alone for now, but the pack would hear his story in time. For Kaelan, and all of us, the Wildstone realms held far more secrets than we could ever imagine. And so, my kin, let this be a lesson. When the winds carry whispers, and the stones pulse with ancient life, remember Kaelan's journey, for the howl of the forgotten may one day come for us all.